Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. My website is www.twinflames3344.com. If you should need any services, any twin flame coaching, counseling, Reiki, tarot card readings, activation, clearing, that kind of thing, as well as numerology if you'd like. And also my CD is available there, as well as on iTunes, CD Baby, Google, and Amazon. And it does have healing qualities. 7 of the songs carry my twin flame third energy, which is very healing and will help bring up your wounding to clear. And music is just nice to listen to. It's easy listening if you're interested. And I want to thank all of my my subscribers for subscribing, all the likes, shares, and the comments. I love reading your comments. Thank you so much. It's always appreciated. And I'm going to do a reading for the Twin Flame Masculine today. And first I want to go through some of my downloads that I've received from yesterday through today. Sorry if my glasses are crooked, I keep sitting on them. Sorry. Okay, so just starting from yesterday, so it's the 25th. I had a little bit of a moment at 12:21 a.m., not this last night, but the night prior. And 12:21 is very significant because it connects to 2012, 12:21. And it was a needing to break the illusions about the divine masculine. And I needed to get out like a good scream, because I was watching something that was really triggering me, because it was representing the divine masculine as something very negative. And it made me feel like, if this is what I'm waiting for, this is not what I want. And just remembering that that's an illusion. I mean, you know who your twin is. I mean, some of you have not experienced them much in the physical, so it's so important that you trust your intuition. For me, I've been in contact many times with my twin, so I know physically the connection that is there. So it's important to remember that, and not let other people on YouTube or wherever trigger you into not believing your own truth. Okay? And the things to clear that were coming up were obsession, abandonment, being burned at the stake, and abortions as well, to bring all of that information up to clear. I got happiness, focus on happiness. It's the new moon, it's so important. Clarity has come through. I got all that glitters is not gold. Very important to heed. Love is never wrong. It's in the love you hold. So disregarding the fact that love may not be returned, it doesn't matter. It's in the love that you hold. You can't control how other people respond, but don't let that take your love away. And Spirit's connecting with me very strongly. And I had a confirmation time during that, 12:12 and 11:52, if that means anything to you guys. I have the sand art that I looked at, and yesterday and today actually, it was so clear that it was the wounds coming up, and that it showed all of these wounds, and that as the sand was coming down, all of the wounds were coming up from beneath the surface to clear, and most of them were done. There was just a few little ones, scattered ones left. It was them letting us know that you've done your clearing. All the little residuals will be able to come out in your union. So don't worry about that. I was speaking to a friend of mine named Brian, and Brian was a name that came up for me. Might mean something to some of you. and so getting to verbalize I love you. I ended up saying I love you to so many people yesterday just because it came up. To friends, to your children. I love him, he loves me. Thank you. Say, you know, give your gratitude. Be free, smile. In my yard yesterday, I first saw Robin on the wire, and I asked him if he wanted to talk, because it was kind of quiet around the yard. I'm like, are there any animals coming by today? And there was just one single robin straight in front of me up on the wire, looking right at me. And I said, do you want to talk? And he did this little dance where he just kind of dipped down and up, and he said stuff to me. And then so it was like a little dance. Thought a minute, and then he left and flew over the house. Then a masculine bird and a feminine bird flew directly over my head, the same direction the robin had come from, and then a moment later, like a baby bird following them. It was really cute. Beautiful. And while this is outside in the sun, when I was meditating, the Divine Masculine has dropped their burdens. And I actually watched him. I made him let me watch him put the wands down one by one. And then about the connection, no more fantasy. It's 3D only, okay? If you want a physical relationship with your Divine Feminine, you have to come forward in the physical. It's now up to the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is number 40 if any of you are interested. And the Page of Cups is about a message of love, innocence, childlike. It's about coming together and celebrating each other, the Three of Cups. And understanding the 44 and the 45 is the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. I'm reiterating this, that it's about understanding them, that's the integration period. To get to the 46, which is the Six of Cups, is that beautiful relationship, you know, the innocent children in the garden, the coming together of the twins. And 46 happens to be my daughter's soul number. So I was prompted at that time to text her, you know, you're so beautiful, because that's what I was feeling at that moment. And that was at 1:46. And then she replied at 1:52. I get it from you. And that's someone standing in for your Divine Masculine, okay? Then I emailed to my son, because I hadn't seen him since the day before, because he was out with friends. And he assured me that he will be home soon, all right? So that was another message for you. And then another friend was sending me hearts. And she sent me 5 hearts and I sent 5 back, which was a new beginning. All right, 10 hearts. Then, all right, then there's your confirmation as 1240, the Page of Cups. And 12, by the way, is the Hangman. On the way to the gym yesterday, walking down my lawn, there were 2 butterflies very closely playing with each other. I mean, literally together, flying, and then just one landed so I could admire them. It was really beautiful. And then coming home from the gym, there were 2 deer right on my street, right next to the road. They weren't running away when the car came. They were just enjoying each other's company, and when I passed, they watched me drive down the road. I watched the movie How to Be a Latin Lover, so your Divine Masculine may be preparing himself. And also for those who may have lost someone they were young, the movie Selena. But there's a Latin theme here, How to Be a Latin Lover and Selena. Okay. And then today, the Divine Masculine is mourning the death of his inner child. So you might see that as the ego as well. He wants balance and patience from the Divine Feminine. One step at a time. Please be an angel. One step at a time. He wants you guys to share. You know, share yourself in order to balance, you know, be charitable and balance, you know, give and take. It's about taking risks and telling the absolute truth. And then for my male headings, and that ding was at 42, by the way, which is the Two of Cups. All right, the male headings. 1255, attachments. 333, yes, for real. 404, more secrets, more intrigue. 452, team the right way. 556, Puritan pride. 626, not a typo. 656, live tonight, chance to win. 702, depression and vitamin B. For those of you who may need some vitamin B. Entitled. Okay, maybe someone's entitlement has made them a depressed person. 712, Michael says take to 0, so go to 0, today only. 806 for her, specifying the Divine Feminine. 810, ultrasonic cavitation. Okay, so clearing out your wounds and cleaning them. Treatments. So it was ultrasonic cavitation treatments, and then noni was cut off. It wasn't noni, but the word was cut off and became noni. So for anyone who knows a noni or a grandparent who's a noni, that might be for you. Then I have 757, hop on Hollister or Holister, a holistic person. 833, express today. 847, communication will come easy to you. 850, take to 5 or to 0. So they're saying if you're not going to 0 or staying in the void, make a change. Don't do something, you know, for no reason. It's either staying in your void or making a specific change. Okay. 908, the real self team. 938, everything you want for right now. Everything you want for right now. 951, if you're unable to see the message. 1010, gutter cleaning. Okay, so clean those gutters out, metaphorically speaking, and maybe physically in your house as well. 1014, Phillies partners, and I specifically got a download of unicorns. There may be some unicorn connection here. And then 1044, Beverly Hills, the beauty tool you should toss, stop. So maybe there's some beauty routine you changed recently, and it's them telling you to stop, to be your natural self. If you're unable to view the images in, like inside in your third eye. 1050, attachment. 11 o'clock, secret pink view. So maybe you should use your pink energy today. 11:11, one last big vacation, just in time. Okay, and that was 11:11. And then the other downloads that I had gotten, just picking up from other people speaking, was self-forgiveness leads to love. It is darkest before the dawn, and the best is yet to come. Okay, so those were my messages. Okay, I'm right into the Divine Masculine read. The underlying energy is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is a fire sign. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. She is very fiery and magnetic and nurturing, but very physical. You know, she can have a bad temper, or she can throw temper tantrums. You know, she can be spoiled. She's got a black cat here, so maybe she's got some intuition of her own, or maybe she uses black magic. The card underneath it is 5 of Pentacles, for those who are interested. Okay, so this Queen of Wands may be feeling left out in the cold. She's looking at her cat. And she's also looking at the other underlying energy from the mini deck. This is the Rider-Waite mini deck. Is the Hierophant. So she's looking at her marriage, and the Queen of Swords is under the Hierophant. And the Queen of Swords comes up again. The Queen of Wands, I'm connecting to the King of Wands, therefore the karmic partner. And she's also clarified as the Queen of Cups and the Empress reversed. Now this could be the qualities of one person, or it could be two people. It could be like a mother who's very controlling and domineering, or it could be someone it could be a water sign who's had a miscarriage recently, or a loss, or just not feeling creative or abundant. Someone who's looking for love but has lost their love. And so I'm seeing this Queen of Wands as the karmic partner in this particular read, next to because she's next to the Hierophant, and below the Fool, who's the King of Wands. So it's the King of Wands who has left the Queen of Wands. Okay, and so she's feeling very out of sorts. Or this could just be a mother in this situation, or an older woman who's very controlling and can be very nasty. But the Queen of Cups is still trying to will her love back. The foundation energies, and again this ties in with the marriage. So we have the Queen of Wands next to the Hierophant, next to the Four of Swords. Okay, so this is the current partnership. And the Four of Wands, not the Four of Swords. And this is clarified by the Seven of Wands reversed and the Temperance card. Okay, so that's, the Four of Wands is all about celebration of a family, or wedding type celebration. But it's stability. It's a 4. It is the 1111, representative of the twins, and their home. So the Seven of Wands and the Temperance card is about not feeling like you need to defend yourself. You get your balance by letting go of the need to defend yourself at home in this marriage. So Divine Masculine, and Spirit's connecting with me, the Divine Masculine has let go of the needing to control what other people think about them. So they're letting it go. They don't care anymore. They're not trying to prove anything to anyone. They're not trying to explain why. They're just letting it go. They don't care. They're going to be who they want to be, and they don't have to explain it to anyone. The recent past is the Fool, clarified by the King of Wands. All right. So in the past, the Divine Masculine has been freed. He is his passionate self. And then the central issue is the Divine Masculine still feeling trapped in their head. Okay, even though they're free, because of the Eight of Wands reversed, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. This is clarifying the Eight of Swords. So that's being in prison, or just a prisoner of your thoughts. Somebody could be in jail right now. But I seeing it's kind of the contradiction between the Fool and the Eight of Swords, because they're opposites. Okay, one is being completely trapped in your thoughts, and the other one's being completely free. So it's kind of the vacillation of the Divine Masculine going back and forth, not making a clear decision. But the clarification for the Eight of Swords is about no communication or delayed communication, or no quick movement, no arrows of love, or delayed arrows of love, just no communication in general. In finding himself, he's feeling left out in the cold and working on himself. And he needs no communication in order to do that. And that's why he's in his head, because he's working out those kinks of how to stay in his heart. But he's still a little bit in his head. The challenge is the Three of Wands. All right, and that's clarified by interestingly enough, the Eight of Swords reversed, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands reversed. Okay? So the challenge is moving forward by standing in their power, letting all the fighting and arguing go, not needing to win, and letting go of the negative thought process, being trapped in their own head. This is the challenge for them, to stand in their truth, stand in their power, and be comfortable on their own, knowing they can take care of themselves, and letting go of the need to compete or fight. Okay, so that's the challenge for them. Because for them going forward, or for you if you're a divine masculine, going forward has always meant competition and challenges, and it's learning to undo those thoughts and feelings in order to come into their truth, or your truth. So then we have, what's in the divine masculines? Head and heart. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords, and in this read, the Queen of Swords is representative of the divine feminine. Okay, she's still got a little bit of a shell on, okay, because she's had a lot of hurt in the past, but she's the truth teller. She's telling the truth. And it came out with these two clarifiers, the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups. And I just brought up those times before the read. The number 40 and 42 are the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups. So this is about, in the divine masculine's head and heart, in his present now moment, is the Queen of Swords, his soulmate, the person he loves like a child, shyly, innocently, or that she is innocent. But these cups were laying, like, hovered over her, like this. So it's kind of like the divine masculine is the divine feminine's angel looking over her shoulder. Okay. And she was further clarified by the mini deck as the, and by the way, the main deck is the Golden Universal Tarot. These clarification cards are the Strength, the Six of Pentacles reversed, and the Emperor for the Queen of Swords. So it's about the Queen of Swords and the masculine seeing her as how, and Spirit's connecting with me already on this, how strong she is being, and it despite the imbalances that the Emperor has thrown her way. Whether it's him being the Emperor or an older man who's been controlling him, he's seeing her as being strong despite the imbalances she's been given, despite the unfairness, the loss that she's incurred. It's also showing the imbalance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Okay? So he's appreciating this about her, that he sees what she's been able to do. The near future is the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so that's about, juggling things. It's an act, it's for show. It's a distraction usually. But it came out with the Truth. Okay. So it's also clarified by the Page of Cups reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. So in the near future, it's like, I'm trying to think of the exact words I want to say. It's, about like playing around the truth and not being direct. What's the phrase I'm trying to think of? It'll come up. Sorry. From my concussion, I still have trouble retrieving words. So, yeah, so it's the masculine, divine masculine coming forward, but still not being completely forthright and truthful. It's kind of, because with the Two of Pentacles upright, he's still putting on the show. I know what it was. Dancing around the truth. He's dancing around the truth because he's shy and he wants to offer a practical new start to the divine feminine. But he's afraid if he tells the complete truth that won't happen. So for the divine feminine, just beware that he's going to be dancing around the truth, which you all know already. And for the divine masculine, you need to be completely honest. Because if you're not, it's going to come up later, and then that's going to be a problem and another wound for you to clear. The divine masculine is seeing himself as the Strength card. Alright, so he's feeling strong, but we're also connecting this to the divine feminine. He sees himself as his twin. Okay, because in the head and heart, the Strength card was representing the divine feminine. He's seeing himself as his twin, and that was clarified by the Six of Swords, the Hangman, the Star, and the Three of Cups. Okay. Sorry about that. So, that's about, still not moving forward. He's hanging around thinking about things wisely. He's seeing things from another perspective, which is what he should be doing. Trying to go to calmer waters in his mind, right? Thinking about his dreams and how he wants to celebrate his dreams. And maybe his stardom, if he's got some popularity, or how he wants to. It's about once he's feeling healed and wants to celebrate the coming together with the divine feminine. He's being strong now. And then the environment that he's in is the Hangman awake. Okay? In this deck it's upright, but he is in the awake position. That's the environment. It's clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the World. Okay. So it's like illuminating the fact that despite the divine feminine sadness that she's gone through, she's still coming forward with her passion. And she's still trying to complete, and she's completed her world by letting the past go, by letting the old wounds go. And he's very surprised by this. He's very surprised that divine feminine has been able to let go of the old wounds between them. And it's also him feeling sad in that. Also him wanting to be the Knight of Wands and completing his world. And the World sits on top of the Romance Angel cards that were pulled. By the way, the underlying energy for Romance Angels was separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon, and forgiving and learning is underneath. Okay. The underlying energy for the Tarot of Sexual Magic was about spying. Okay. It's also about, maybe stalking someone, watching them, but it's also about spying, and I'll bring that up in a minute. The card underneath that is and that's the Hangman in that deck. The Three of Cups is underneath that, which is the reunion card. The other underlying energy was in the numerology deck, physical activity, 67. It's purple card with like an indigo type blue. Well, it's a little between the throat chakra and the third eye. The is the color in the middle. So it's all throat to third eye coloring. Physical activity. So in order to clear your mind and your chakras, physical activity, 67 is the 7, so it's the peace inside, working through love and family and community on the outside. So being motherly on the outside, but spiritual on the inside. Very quiet and peaceful. Okay? So, yeah. It's like being more, you know, showing yourself as your magnanimous motherly self, but on the inside staying focused and in the void. And nature's underneath there, so, you know, doing your physical activity out in nature. So anyway, getting back to the romance angel cards that were underneath the world, clarifying the hangman awake. This could be the one, children and very soon. Okay, if you want to see them individually. This one. That one. And that one. Okay? So, very soon is clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Children, your love life is being affected by children. And then this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay? So children can either represent children for the divine masculine, children for the divine feminine, or the fact that it's their inner children coming together. The hopes and fears for the divine masculine is the 9 of Wands. Okay, so he's afraid that he's going to fall back into that need to, you know, defend his wounds. It's clarified by the 2 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about having had issues, you know, money issues in relationships before, and he's afraid to fall back into those defenses, you know, about those wounds. And it doesn't have to just be about money. It could be problems in prior relationships because of practical new beginnings that never happened, or not completing things, not following through. And then the outcome for the divine masculine is the Judgment. Okay, and that came out with 2 cards as well. So this Judgment, the final Judgment, is call to action. It's a wake-up call. Okay, it's hearing the call to action, rising to 5D. It's clarified by the Knight of Cups and the 5 of Wands. So it's like, and again, this was hovering over the Judgment like this. Okay, so it's like the divine masculine coming forward, but worried about the fighting that could ensue because of the Judgment from the divine feminine, because of his past experience with women. You know, feeling like, you know, what's Judgment of the situation going to do to the relationship or to the communications. And it could be the divine feminine coming forward with an offer of love as well, causing fighting because of Judgment in the divine masculine's family relationships, or that end of things. It's also clarified by the King of Swords and the Justice card, both upright, and then also the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, they're both reversed, and then the Lovers. Okay, so this is clarifying the Judgment. So, and the King of Swords with the Judgment card is like, or with the Justice card, it could be Libra specifically, But it also could be just, an air sign, which is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. But justice could also be the completion of a divorce or some kind of legal case where now that is, you've been waiting long enough. It's the Seven of Pentacles reversed, so the Divine Masculine was waiting and waiting and waiting, and now it's right before the judgment is, it's long enough, not waiting anymore. The Ten of Pentacles is family reversed, which coincides with justice being a divorce, and then the Lovers. Some kind of culmination, final judgment. Got justice and judgment, so could be legal, or if not legal, could be just something very, very profound regarding family and love relationships. Regarding the Lovers. The other clarification cards from the Tarot Sexual Magic are the Four of Chalices, the Three of Wands, and the Knight of Chalices. Okay, so they were, let's see, to the left of the Judgment card, so the feminine side of the Judgment card. So it's about her saying, who me? It could be the Divine Masculine saying, who me? You contacting the Divine Masculine. Three of Wands is wanting to come together, and we need to talk about it. And the cards from the Numerology deck were under these clarifications, and there's 4 cards that came out. We have Moderation, which is green with the orange Merkaba. That's kind of rusty, so it's kind of closer to the root as well. It's 14. When they come out reversed, it's more significant. So Moderation is very significant for the Divine Masculine. 14 is the Temperance card. Okay, that's moderation for sure, balance and patience. It's the 4 of Stability working through the 1 of the masculine energy. So being the leader on the outside and being stable on the inside. So that's heart chakra and sacral to root chakra. Then we have Spiritual Career, which is pink, number 78, and the purple Merkaba in the middle. So that's third eye and heart, or above the crown, in the pink energy of compassion. So it's high heart, spirituality. 78 is in the Tarot Sexual Magic, or actually 78 in the Numerology connection is the end of the deck, and that is the Ten of Pentacles, the culmination, the grand wish that everybody wants. And that's spiritual career. So it's saying to you, you manifest that in your spiritual career, because it comes from your heart and your divine nature, who you really are. It's the 8, which is inner power and strength, which is how you manifest in a divine way, with 7 on the outside, so the peacefulness and the spirituality on the outside, giving peace to other people, but having that true strength on the inside. 7 is the calm before the storm, and 8 is the storm, so it's the storm on the inside contained within the spirituality. Then we have Spiritual Partnership, which is 27, and it's got an orange Merkaba and a purple card. So that's third eye, and again, it's very rusty orange, so it's more sacral to root. 27 is a 9. Sorry, by the way, the 14 from Moderation is a 5, about change. The 78 is a 6, about love, family, and community. And then this one is 27, which is a 9, which is about universal selflessness and endings. And this one is the 7 working through the 2. So again, it's the spirituality inside, that peacefulness that radiates from inside to create that, beautiful spiritual partnership on the outside that people will be able to see. Okay, sacral chakra and third eye. So they're big. Third eye and sacral have been coming up a lot. And then love. Okay, so that's number 6. 6 is the lovers. 27, by the way, is the Ace of Wands. So I bet you never put the Ace of Wands with spiritual partnership before, but yeah, it's probably the most passionate of all the relationships. So love is 6. It's all blue. It all has to do with the throat chakra. It's a lighter blue. Communication. Love is communicating with others. If you never communicate energetically, with your voice in any way, in a physical way, then there is no love. The love has to move. It has to flow. Okay? So those are the clarifications for the final judgment. And the final judgment sits next to the Queen of Swords. So it's the final judgment regarding the Queen of Swords. And will she accept me? The Fool, who's still in his head about going forward and dancing around the truth to protect his wounds. And then the Queen of Wands at home, still trying to control him with her kindness, and his wake-up call in regards to that. And as far as major arcana in the main read, we have the Fool going away from the situation. So the new start is already here. Then coming in is the Strength and the Hangman awake, which is very powerful together, and then the Judgment card. So also with this final judgment, we bring up again the underlying energy from the trove, sexual magic, that someone may be spying on someone else. It could be within the karmic relationship, or the divine masculine, divine feminine, one or the other, or both, spying on each other. It does not have to be in a negative way. It is regarding a reunion underneath. So it could be the karmic partner or the divine feminine, masculine partnership. Yeah. So I pulled from my French deck that I got in France. Basically, the doors of intuition. Les portes de l'intuition. And the card that the Divine Masculine received is here. It's hard to read the writing at the top. It's a castle on a cloud. By the way, that was my mother's favorite song from Les Mis. She wanted to be a child with her castle on a cloud. So that might mean something to someone. I'm going to read you the interpretation. It's called L'entrave. L'entrave. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And that means obstruction. And the card reads, nothing keeps you from loving or doing what you want. However, the limits you encounter in life are those you create from your thoughts, words, and actions. So it's a reminder to the Divine Masculine and Spirit's connecting with me. You're obstructing yourself. It's like in the law of attraction, because everything's already there in the vortex waiting for you. The universe already knows what all your hopes and wishes are. It's all of you, your words, thoughts, and actions that block you from receiving those things. So when you don't allow, you're actually blocking. So actually pushing forward and control are all blocks. Even action of just going to work, if it's not what you love, because you're blocking what your true love is from coming into your life. You're not creating an opening for that to come in. It's already there. So just a reminder of all that. The underlying energy from this deck was la nouvelle page. So it's the new page. I'll read you that one as well. So the underlying energy for the Divine Masculine, and prepare yourself for the changes that are coming. Open your hope to what is happening as if it were today. Okay? So stay present in your knowing. That's the underlying energy. And meditation, by the way, is underneath that, if you're interested. And now I'm going to pull from my usual oracle decks the Ascension deck. This is for the Divine Masculine. We got unicorns, which came up already, so perfect. Lord Cthulhu's on the bottom, which is 36. 36 is a 9, so universal selflessness and endings. It's also the 6 of love, compassion, family, and community through the 3, which is communication, expressing yourself exactly the way you want, smiling, coming together, socializing in brothers and sisters. So it's the love inside expressed through this happy-go-lucky, smiling person. That's Lord Cthulhu. Then we have unicorns, which was pulled, which is 22, which is a card of manifestation. 4 is like the lower octave of manifestation. 8 is the higher octave. So 44 is more difficult. Whenever you have a double-digit number, they're called master numbers. So they require twice as much from you, but give you twice as much in return. So it's a 4 about stability building and security, all of those safety foundations. And it's about the unicorns, so maybe you should call on your unicorns, to help you with that. And 2 through a 2 is, the feminine energy, through the feminine energy, the relationship, the feminine energy through the relationship with yourself or with your partner. When you think about unicorns, your frequency rises and you attune to them. These pure white, 7th dimensional ascended horses are touching you as you read this card. They have come to you because you have a soul desire to serve humanity or the planet. Bathe yourself in their energy and they will give you the dignity, confidence, and strength to do what is right. Other people will sense this and respond to it. Unicorns grant wishes to the pure in heart, so ask them to bring something significant to you now. And the affirmation is, I connect with the unicorns. And if you're interested, I have connected with a unicorn that I've known for a very, very long time, a few times. And it was a very deep connection. Okay, and so then from the past life deck, for the Divine Masculine, Twin Flames. Divine Masculine, Twin Flames. What is the advice for the Divine Masculine, Twin Flames? What is the advice for the Divine Masculine, Twin Flames? Imprisonment or slavery? Okay, get out of jail free card. You got that on the table. The 8 of Swords. So it's coming up again. Past life issues regarding the mother. Okay, and underneath that is trust and faith. Do you want to see the picture? Okay, let the light shine through. Alright, so there is the issues with the Divine Masculine and their mother causing the imprisonment or slavery issues. Okay, it might have been something you picked up from past life and not this life, or just could be currently the way you were raised, with the mother being very controlling, and what you were being taught, that everything you wanted to do was wrong, or whatever the situation. Has to do with you feeling trapped by the relationship with your mother. No matter what the issue is, you know what it is as the Divine Masculine. You are in a prison of your own making. Okay? Regarding your mother, it is a wound that you need to clear with your mother from this lifetime or prior lifetimes. But either way, it's about attachments to being imprisoned and being a slave, being owned, being in the military. All of those past life woundings have to do with attachment. Okay? You don't need to be in those positions at all. You don't need to be anyone's slave. You don't have to sacrifice for anyone. You're expected to be in your joy, in your happiness. This is how you bring love to others, by going inside and clearing your wounds and becoming the purest love that you can be. No guilt. We all have a light and a shadow side. It's just about being your best self and allowing that to radiate out into the energy to affect everyone else. So you need to let go of this prison that you've put yourself in, or that your mother has put you in. And we did have the Empress come up reversed on the Queen of Wands. So it could be your mother, it could be your girlfriend or your spouse's mother, okay, who's not nice. She's reversed in this read, so, but it's connected to the marriage. Okay, and then we have the journey of love. Okay, for the divine masculine twin flames, divine masculine twin flames, divine masculine twin flames. What is the advice for the divine masculine twin flames? Across the waters is heaven. That's the bottom of the deck. Heaven. That's number 70. So it's 0. I got a connection there too with the phone. It's a wake-up call from heaven. Okay, the 0 is source power, God on the inside, working through spirituality on the outside, the peace, the quietness, okay, being still. And the divine masculine's card is across the waters. Okay, so across the waters is number 23. 23 is the King of Wands, and the masculine came up as the King of Wands in this read. So I'm going to read you across the waters. By the way, 23 is the 3, so the happy-go-lucky, expressing yourself person on the inside, and your feminine energy on the outside. So understanding the relationship, appearing to see both sides of the situation, but just really radiating your joy from within. I'm going to read you across the waters, number 23. So across the waters reads, you're being called across the waters, as if crossing a bridge of light from one ocean to a far greater one. Those waters are your emotional waters, holding your feelings, your attitudes, your expectations, and your fears and doubts, as well as your hopes and dreams. It can seem like a lot to navigate. Sometimes our waters feel overcrowded, as if swarms of people were descending into the ocean on a sweltering hot day. Hardly finding a space in the water to cool ourselves, we can feel as though there's just no room for faith, trust, peace, or love. There's just too much happening in that water. We yearn for the cool, calm mountain lake, serene, giving, echoing a gentle dispensation of grace. You're being called across the waters, out from an overcrowded sea, into the cool spaciousness of the endless lake, the calm waters. So it's time to let go of some of the mental clutter, and Spirit's connecting with me. Let go of the mental clutter, some attitudes, some thoughts. Ask for help and bathe yourself in the green and gold rays of healing color. Just imagine them cascading down around you and through you like a waterfall. It's a bit like you're moving to a new neighborhood in a cleaner and more spacious town. It might be a bit unfamiliar at first, but soon enough you'll enjoy the difference. This oracle brings you a message. It is your time to think about something in a different light. Soon you'll have a shift in perspective, and the feeling of overwhelm, stress, and just too much going on will be replaced with serene trust and peacefulness. Know that beneath even the most chaotic mind is a place of deep, quiet serenity within. Do whatever helps you dive deep to find it. Dance, take some rest, meditate, do yoga, write, paint, make love, make music. In that quiet serenity within, you'll be leaving unnecessary chaos behind, and you'll be presented with the gift of a new way forward. And the poem reads, inhaling the soft scent of promised taste, the nectar moist upon my lips, I savor each sip across my tongue, dwelling in the moment's pleasure. Warm and sweet, bathed in tingling thirst, I find myself wanting you, wanting more. Okay? And that actually in this book leads to the spaces between words. So, it's about the divine masculine recognizing how chaotic their life is and needing to find peace that that's no way to live. Are you doing what you love? Because if you really truly did what you love and were with the perfect person, everything would feel easy because it would be your inspiration. You don't need chaos to feel good or to feel like you're justifying your existence. There's nothing you need to do to justify your existence except for be your best self. You're meant to be in joy, not in stress and chaos and unhappiness. So I hope it helped. Have an amazing weekend. Be good to yourselves. The energy's clearing up from the eclipses. It's feeling very light today, actually. So make good use of it and enjoy yourself. Do something fun, or just rest, or read a book, or dance, like the card said. Enjoy yourself. Okay? Have an amazing week. Until the next time, rise and be love. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.